No day is really the same. Never know what you're going to do when you go into work.
It's kind of mesmerizing sometimes. You see the white stripes in the road.
My office is on wheels. It's one of the only offices in the world that requires regular oil changes.
I guess one of the things I like about this job is I just love getting out.
This is my office, yes.
Yeah, you always hope for a good, meaningful story that's going to help, someone.
We're really working very hard every day to show people something different. Show the story the way it happens, but try to show it in a way that will interest viewers.
See, I've been in Nashville since '99, so what is that, 13 years?
I guess you want me to tell people how old I am, right?
Well, me, I've only been in business for 9 years. But
1978, will that give it away?
20 years.
32 years?
Back in the days of film.
That's a long time. A lot of stories.
What's your last name?
The root word of reporter is porter, so I usually like to just hand off my tripod like that.
A photographer's job is to go find it and go show it. And if we're not out shooting it, we're miserable.
When there's a tornado and everybody else is driving away, we're driving to it. Snow. I've been in floods. I've been in fires.
Yeah, it is like a little mini adventure every day.
Gosh, you see so much being out.
a lot of small towns. They all have their little courthouse and their square.
Dixon.
Muddy Pond, Tennessee.
Bucksnort.
I've been to Clarksville and Tullahoma in the same day.
Cookeville.
Hartford area.
Eagleville.
Wartburg.
Gosh, I can't even remember all the places in Tennessee.
A lot of times, I don't really get time to eat, so I usually make sure I bring lunch.
At 0.9 square miles and with a population of 328, small is how some people would describe Iron City, Tennessee. But these days, what they're building here
It's big. It's big.
is huge.
We do. We run a lot more than what we used to.
Over the years, as Americans' waistlines have grown,
The parts cost more,
so too have their caskets.
but a lot of it is, how wide is the person? How thick is a person?
Joel Verplank's family has assembled caskets for over a century.
To 20 years ago, we never thought that we would ever be building oversized caskets to any great extent.
How surprised Joel's grandfather would be if he saw how big the family business has grown.
Your width in here is 44 inches, and that would probably indicate like 1,000 pounds or something like that.
Tennessee health officials call the obesity problem in this state a lifetime epidemic.
They said we ain't taking care of ourselves mostly the way we ought to be.
Turns out the size of the issue doesn't disappear in the end.
And if the casket is big enough, you'd actually have to buy 2 plots so that you could fit it into the ground.
Joel's job is to make caskets, not judge the people who will be buried inside of them. You can't help but wonder, though, what this all says about the way things are going.
But now, it's just a regular thing. I mean, like this blue one came through today, and, there might be 2 or 3 tomorrow, and...
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge story. And just to see everyone's reactions to something so massive, something they've never seen before. And it was really awesome to be there in that moment, for them to see it themselves and get that reaction of, like, whoa.
I wished it could have been a beautiful day, the sun shining. But it's a good turnout. Good walk.
It's one thing to see the images on the news.
It's got part of the bridge on the front, so it's stuck.
But I wanted my own pictures.
It's something quite different.
This is something to see.
To see it with your own eyes.
It's huge. We've been on a cruise, and that's just about the size of it.
That's why nearly 1,900 people made the quarter-mile trek from their cars.
Mud, mud, mud. just unreal.
Because the Egner's Ferry Bridge
And the boat can't go.
is more than a connection from Katie's to Maury.
Well, I fished here all my life, and I've never would have thought I'd see anything like this.
They don't know if they're going to fix this bridge or build a new one. I vote build a new one.
That's some really good pictures.
It's a connection to memories.
Either the lights wasn't working or the captain wouldn't. Somebody was at fault to do this kind of damage.
The bridge was no match for the Delta Mariners' force.
Well, I can see the road on top of, you know, actually the concrete on top of the boat itself. I don't know. It's eerie. It's really eerie.
What they're doing is they're cutting the metal off, and those big cranes are going to pick the scraps of metal up, and they're going to put them on the barges.
Get some good pictures.
I'm getting it zoomed in.
Curiosity has been building for more than a week.
That bridge has been there since 1932. It's been bumped and it's been rubbed, but it's never been demolished.
Hopefully they'll be able to get it fixed in a hurry, get it back together.
Still, the site of the damage,
The pictures that it's been on TV have really been good.
does not answer lingering questions.
But to see it in person, it makes it real. It's real now.
Well, welcome to our office on wheels. We'll show you what usually involves a tiny little news car.
Well,
winter coats,
rain gear,
more winter coats,
all kinds of stuff in the car.
Sock caps.
That we really don't want to get into.
Umbrella.
Winter weather boots.
Yeah, I got 3 oranges in the car right now. You pack a lunch.
Jumper cables.
A bag full of microphones.
And a Frisbee.
This is where we live. We live out of these cars, and this is our life. It's kind of like a small circus.
My old news director, when I first started in this business, told me 3 things when she hired me as a photographer. You're not going to do it for the money. You're not going to do it for the hours because it's not a 9 to 5. And you're not doing it for the fame because photographers don't get any fame at all.
I enjoy it, you know. I don't know what else I'd do.
It didn't come from a long time, but a lot of Christmases asking for things that you needed. Tripods. Ugh. Huge light kit. A GoPro camera, because a cameraman can't have enough cameras with him at all times.
Brace yourself for the impact.
These events are occurring in milliseconds.
It happened in a blink of an eye, so let's slow it down. A car traveling 40 miles per hour slamming into a crash test dummy.
The nature of these collisions are extremely violent.
And usually fatal, not to mention hard to watch. You have to remind yourself this is not a real person. It's a mannequin and the star in a first-of-its-kind exercise to better train Murfreesboro police officers.
And each crash is different, but this class is teaching the dynamics of the crash, how it happens, what to look for.
Our cameras perched in the car and on the dummy capture the moment. This time he's on a bike with a dozen eggs and a gallon of milk.
What this does is makes it more realistic.
Again, in real time, it all comes too fast. Even witnesses on the scene miss the moment of impact, but slow it down. Police review it and
They get to see it. They get to watch it happen.
which is invaluable. They see the violence in slow motion, and what they learn helps them better understand how crashes play out.
Holy cow. Airborne right there.
Once the bicycle and the pedestrian or the bicyclist was hit, all the debris made it somewhat of a cone shape.
From that, you can learn the speed, the point of impact, and the angle or direction the car was traveling. And seeing this devastating impact firsthand also helps explain why more than 4,000 pedestrians die each year nationwide when hit by cars.
And you're not just driving, you're just out and you're actively kind of engaging with people and their issues, and I mean, you're just in it. You're in it, life,
We probably got about 1 million bees over here. My boy got stung up there cutting the tree.
And as soon as the tree hit the ground, bees swarmed everywhere.
I see the guy running, they was running with the flagging. You know, that's just a bee run. That's a straight up bee run. That's something you do. You can't help yourself. I like to see the bee man get here to see how many he gonna catch.
My name is Ibrahim Talafha. It's my hobby since 20 years. I'm doing beekeeping.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna stay back here and watch.
He's lost his mind.
This was there?
I think he's lost his mind.
Ah, it's here the major house. Okay.
He's braver than I am.
Oh yeah. You want honey?
He's gonna get all the counts, all the males are booked.
If you know their behavior, you know, so kind of avoid their things. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Come over. Come over. Come over. If you want to deal with the bees, just keep calm. Italian bees, they are like yellow bees. They look healthy. I'm trying to check if they have any problem, but they look healthy, very healthy. Now, if I'm scared, my body will produce pheromones, which they make them aggressive. If I'm moving my hands very fast, they will attack me. But as soon as I know their behavior, I can't go between them. I became one of their family member, you know?
You just have to be calm.
Yeah. I can't let it go. Want some honey? Here you go. This is one of the most beautiful honey I ever seen in my life. Look how brown it is.
And come in to catch the queen and put them in a hive, and they'll all go to that hive, and then they'll take off.
Hey, Mike Rose, good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you.
People I wouldn't even run into, you know, if I was off the clock. And
thanks for Channel 5. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, just really interesting people you'd never even know about. We get out there and we tell their stories. I think it's a privilege.
Tonight is our huge fundraiser of the year. It's our gala called Under the Big Top, Avant-Garde Redo.
I'm Jimmy Pyro, and I do fire breathing. I've been doing it for 5 years.
I think it's incredible. I'd like to learn how to do it too.
It's very dangerous. If you do it wrong, I mean, it's fire. You play with fire, you get burned. Hoy is it's a chain with a ball of fire at the end of it. You have a staff that's a double side of fire. This is fire eating. This is fire eating.
It's enlightening.
Oh, God, that is terrible. Cheesy.
And of course, there's fire breathing, which everyone knows.
It's warm to watch, but it's hot.
It's very impressive. There he goes again with it. He's tasting it. That's incredible.
I really enjoy watching guests see something they've never seen before. That's where I get my joy out of it.
Love it. It's awesome.
But getting close to them and seeing it being like, wow, I've never seen that before, and bringing it to them.
It's one of probably the best things I've seen in a long time.
I've always loved fire. I mean, who's not fascinated with fire? And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. If you get taught by the right person, you can do awesome things with it.
I see our lives, our pets, but our lives going up in smoke.
As I like to say, I meet you on your best day or I meet you on your worst day.
You see the good and the bad. It's life and fast forward. You know, you hit the gas, you hit the brakes.
The education you get with this job is unbelievable. You meet so many different people and so many different perspectives.
It takes a toll on you sometimes physically and emotionally. It's kind of hard not to get attached, you know.